Everyone, welcome to Manor Park People Powered Places or events. My name is Zaki Radam. For those who don't know me, I'm the neighbor manager for Eastham and Manor Park. We've got our room team here today. We've got Sam and Ricky. So anything that goes wrong with IT, blame them. And we've got our lovely ladies here, Dawn and Irene, doing our BSL. And first, before we start, we just want to say hello to our friends online as well. So people have joined on Zoom. So I think if we all kind of give them a wave, just to say thank you and hello. Hi, everyone.
Yeah. They're there.
They're there?
Yeah, they're there.
Brilliant. Okay. So if we just switch back to the PowerPoint. So before we properly go into it, we've been testing, piloting, and doing this work around AI translation tool. And this is something really important to us, that what we got fed back from the last cycle from 2023 to 25. We know our area, we know our neighborhood, number of languages are spoken, and we want as many people to be involved in our program as possible. If anyone wish to use the AI translation tool, we do have a room at the back in room 1. It's specifically set up, and you could use that guide to kind of do that. So you could go onto the QR code quite easily on Wordly, and then just type in what language you would like, and then either go into the caption on your device or use kind of headset. If anyone requires that, please raise your hands now. No? And I know there are some people in the room 1 already. If anyone requires it, please inform one of our team members. So this is our agenda. We'll go through some housekeeping for people who's their first time, and people who've been here in our previous cycles, talk about why we are here today. We'll introduce you to our working group members and youth advisory board member as well. And then we're going to, instead of listening to my voice, it's about conversations on the table to talk about the priorities and then project ideas, and then we look at the kind of next steps from that. You're okay? So just some housekeeping. As I said, this is a hybrid meeting, so people are joining online. There's no fire alarm planned, so if fire alarm does go off, it is for real. And we've got 2 fire exits. One is just behind. You've got Sam, and then you've also got one out of that door on your right hand side. The assembly point is just outside of the playground. We've got room team facilitators. Put your hands up. Staff and residents and working group just helping out for our room team facilitators and our experts who'll be with you on your table. This meeting will be recorded and is online. So people online, if you don't want to show your face or don't want to be on camera, you are able to switch that off. Does anyone require BSL? In room 1, does anyone require BSL? No? Okay. Not a short shift. So these ladies will be here throughout, Irina and Dawn. There may be somebody else who might want to use BSL later on. About the session, listen to each other, be respectful. You don't have to agree. We could either like chicken and chips, somebody likes pizza, somebody likes, we're all different. But share what comes to mind and enjoy being part of shaping Manor Park neighborhood, community neighborhood. Lastly, we'll be taking pictures in the room. If there are people who don't want to have their faces or pictures to be taken, please raise your hands. Room team, just make a note and just give a the sticker so they could put that on. And also, you must have filled out your consent forms as well. Okay. So there are some familiar faces. There are some, not saying all faces, but people who've been in the cycle previously. So what is People Powered Places? It's Newham Council's participatory budgeting program. It's one of the largest programs in the country and one of the most successful as well. So we should be proud of what we achieved in Newham. This is looked at by other boroughs, other cities and towns on how we are doing this. So we are kind of way forward, but we should kind of applaud ourselves as Newham, how that's been, kind of been so successful. We have 1.6 million of funding to give to residents, voluntary, community faith sector organisations. And you may be asking, where does this come from? So the money comes from Neighbourhood Community Infrastructure Levy. We in short call it NSIL number of times. So we've been running this program since 2018, and we've funded over 300 projects across Newham, not just Manor Park, but across all other neighbourhoods. In 2023 to 25, there were 114 projects which were completed with a reach over just over 54,000 people who participated through applying, participated through volunteering, participated through being a part of those projects throughout those times. So how does it work? So each community neighbourhood are allocated £200,000. So as Manor Park, we would get £200,000. Residents choose local priorities to shape the type of projects which can receive funding. And these, again, for residents, voluntary, community faith sector, and young people can apply for funding. You as residents decide how the funding is spent through a voting stage, and anyone who works, learns, lives in the Manor Park community neighbourhood can take part. This is a cycle that we'll have from 2025 to 27. Back in June, feels like a long time, but it was only a few weeks away. We chose our local priorities online, and you came into the library, you came into Jack Cornwell Community Centre, or another event that you casted your vote. In July till September, this is where we are here now. We started our events event now. And you'll be able to apply for funding to bring ideas to life. From November 2025, you'll be able to vote for your project, and that will make a difference to our neighbourhood. And then in March 2026 to February 2027, you'll be able to deliver your projects to improve your local area. So you've got 1 year to kind of do that. And then in March 2027, we want to bring back all the projects to kind of celebrate and look at the kind of achievements, what we've done in our neighbourhood, which is Manor Park. So throughout the last cycle, the participatory team and our work with our working group members, and we want to get a lot of feedback. And what we've done is listen to that, and we've ring-fenced the following. So 25% of resident-led projects we would want to have of £5,000, 25% of youth-led projects, which is £10,000 per project, and 50% for our voluntary community faith sector projects. So if you're looking to have a youth-led project, that needs to be delivered with an organisation, and that could be with a youth zone or a school, a youth club, or other group to kind of deliver that. We're launching alumni network, and this is really important for previous projects to give you tips, advice, link up, volunteer, and just kind of grow yourself. And how do we network with each other a lot more? It's also kind of creating a youth advisory board, and it's important to have young people's voices heard. how we develop this cycle, how we are listening to them, how we get young people involved a lot more in decision making for this. Listen to a lot of people and a lot of kind of feedback is limiting project leads to receiving funding who's had the funding 3 times or more. So these are our councillors for Plasher, Manor Park and Little Ilford. Is any councillors in the room? No? Any councillors online? No. Okay. So these are their surgery times if you wish to speak to them. They are in Jack Cornwall for Little Ilford. Then you've got Manor Park at Manor Park Library, and you've got also the Plasher Ward councillors who meet at the library as well. It's a working group, and you may be asking, who are the working group? These are residents who applied to be on the Manor Park working group steering group, and we've had a massive amount of application, a massive interest, and we had to go through a process of doing interviews to kind of get the people in to be part of our working group. We've got 15 names, and they'll be doing some tremendous work through the last cycles. They scored projects, they visited projects, and they put a lot of time in. And these are people, just residents, that's giving up their time and just volunteering to do that. I'll go back. So I just want to, if you could just have all the working group just stand up for a minute. Yeah, some of our working group members are here. So I'm just going to go around quickly and just want to ask, or if you could just tell us why you joined.
What? Good evening, everyone. So why did I join? Because communities are the way forward. All together, we can make things happen, and we have opportunities to get some money from the council, which is not very often. So we need to grab it and make very good out of it. That's why I'm here.
Thank you, Frederick. Let's say your name and what ward you're from and why you joined.
Okay, brilliant. My name is Afsar. I'm from Littleford Ward. Main reason, as my colleague said, to actually shape the sort of community in the area and the people that we live with. I've seen a lot of work that took place last year with the PPP funding, and I've had the pleasure of meeting so many project managers. So when this opportunity came up, it wasn't really a difficult task to actually agree to come on board and have the opportunity to work with likes of Kosuma and the team. So hopefully we'll meet the project managers and the project leads in the future. Thank you.
Great, thanks. Yeah, Keith Crompton from Manor Park, obviously. Been around for quite a while, hence the grey hair. I've been retired for 15 years. I've got plenty of time to put into what you people might want. And I'm moving on from perhaps the oldest one to the youngest one.
Hi, my name is Tasvin, and I'm from Manor Park State. Oh, I'm from Manor Park Station now, and I joined to help where the funding goes and for the young people around there.
Thanks a lot. I'm Asif Shakur. I live in Manor Park. I'm from the Plashet Ward. I was involved in the last cycle for 2 years, and I was introduced by Kusuma. I'm a stakeholder with the Royal Docs team, Neum Heritage Month, South Asian Heritage Month. I do a lot of heritage work in Neum. I've been doing some work on history and heritage for over 2 decades now. I think I'll stop there because I could give a good speech.
Hi, good evening. I'm Kana. I'm from Manor Park Ward. I just wanted to give back to something what I gained from my experience for the last 25 years at Newham. I worked in Newham, so I just want to pay back, and I just want to do something to the community. That's why I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Mebu Umaji. I'm from the Manor Park ward. I'm quite new to this. I want to do this really to kind of come from a background in the public sector and really want to sort of apply that experience to and lending it to the community in Newham, in Manor Park as well. And also my lived experience as well, to share that with everyone. I've lived in Manor Park for nearly 30 years, so I know all the kind of issues and problems that local people face. I'm keen to kind of apply some of that knowledge and experience, expertise to solving some of the problems.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Paul Mortimer. I've lived in Manor Park all my life. And the reason I got involved is I currently help out in a number of areas. I help out in a boxing club in Hackney. I help out in a homeless shelter in Tower Hamlets. And I was challenged, well, why aren't you helping out doing something local? And then this opportunity came up. So it's great to be here. And I really look forward to working on this programme. Thanks.
Hi everyone, my name's Yvonne Murray. I've only lived in Newham and in Manor Park for over 40 years. And I wanted to be a working group member because I'm actually a governor at one of the local primary schools, and I wanted to give up being chair to do something else on the voluntary side. However, 2 years later, I'm still chair of governors. I'm doing this again because I didn't realise how much Manor Park's actually got to offer. And being part of the working group, there's just so much going on. I just think our local communities needs to know that. And so when I'm in school, I tell the school about this. I invite the parents to the events, and it's about supporting our local community. So my background's records management. So if I can bring that, I do health and safety, I do HR. I've been working for 100 years, it seems. So I like to think I've got a lot of transferable skills that I can support the project leads with. So that's me. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, my name is Rachel. I joined the working group member first of all out of curiosity, but when I joined, I wasn't disappointed. That's why I reapplied again to be a working group member this current cycle.
Thank you. They've been doing a lot of important work for us, and I think the next year will be really busy for them as well. So yeah, you'll be seeing them a lot more in the community with us. So talked about the Youth Advisory Board and the involvement for young people, and we've got one person assigned per neighbourhood. And we've got Zahra. Zahra, are you around? Do you want to come? Don't get shy. Shall I bring the water up? You're right, yeah? Just like...
Hi, my name is Zara, and our mission is to raise awareness, promote diversity, and give residents tools and confidence to shape a better Newham. So far, we have shaped application forms in approach to youth-led projects, and we've discussed how these application forms will be suitable for everyone's needs and understanding. Thank you for listening.
I'll try and fit you in. I don't want to put you on the spot. You're sitting in, you're keeping me here. What would you like to change in Manor Park?
I would make Manor Park a better Newham and make sure everyone gets equal rights and opportunities in Newham.
And what type of projects you would like to see?
Projects that have got to do with the youth and the youth being more engaged.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Before we get on to the next slide, I just want to, just like a little inspiration about how we worked last cycle and just bring out a project. You know, all the projects were great, but just want to bring out one project who went through that experience, went through that journey with us from 2023 to 25. So Sue, can I just call you out here and you could talk a bit more about your project and your journey and just give some guys about some inspiration and how you found it.
Thank you. I'll try and give you some inspiration, but yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good evening, everybody. My name's Sue Davis, and I was successful in the last cycle with my project Fitness for Families. I'm wearing the t-shirt. And hopefully it says exactly what we've done. I've lived in Newham all my life. I've lived in Manor Park for the last 40 years. So I've definitely grown up in this area and I've seen what's been happening. Fitness, sport, physical activity is something that I've always enjoyed, and I've been fortunate enough to make it part of my work and my career, and delivering lots of physical activity in lots of different places all over the years. However, I wasn't seeing much happening in the area where I live in. I actually teach on Wednesday morning in this room, so I do lots of community work, but that's in the daytime. And I did find that there was people that potentially were missing out on the opportunity to actually take part in physical activity and exercise and all those benefits that we know that it can offer, stress relief and, your health is your wealth. So, it's something I really wanted to push. Yeah, I've done a lot of work within schools as well and seeing their PE lessons, which are excellent. But for me, 2 hours a week of PE isn't really enough, personally. Children should be active every day. I know I was, and hopefully that's shaped what I like to do and obviously the work that I do now. So when the opportunity came up of the People Power Places funds, there was no hesitation in order to apply. The experience was very straightforward, fortunately, because we've got people like Kulsuma, who is at the end of the phone if I needed anything, that I needed to ask for. Working in this area and doing all the sessions that we've been doing, I've fortunately got enough votes, because it's all about votes. If people think that your project is valid and useful and needed in the community, then if those votes count. So I was really, really excited when I was able to get those votes, because it meant that I wasn't just doing these sessions, like I say, in this community centre and in the daytime. It meant that I was able to offer it in the evening and weekends, and this was the opportunity where I was able to reach more women of all different backgrounds, ages, as well as their children and their families, which I feel was a really important area. I'm a mother myself of 2 children, so I have that lived experience. If you can't, if you haven't got childcare or you haven't got anywhere to go, at least I know that I can bring my children with me and we can actually all be exercising. So those are not all the sessions; those were the weekend sessions on a Saturday, but they were very successful, really successful. We had approximately, I think, over 150 ladies and children that joined through the course of the whole year. That was from January to December last year, 2024. It goes so quick, doesn't it? So that was really, really successful. Numbers in the class were great. The feedback was phenomenal. And I'm just glad that women and their children are able to come to the classes and to actually experience, get fit, meet other women, enjoy. I didn't say where I was doing it. I've been doing it at Little Wilford School. So again, it's in the local community. I've been here all my life, and Little Wilford is a very big area with quite a high population, a lot of people, but yet there isn't anything. Yes, we've got the local park, but when it gets dark or that's maybe not where you want to go, at least Little Wilford School, where it's got facilities that are built for this, a sports hall, a dance studio, and it's got a Mooga outside should I need it. So, like I say, it was just excellent that I was able to get the votes and that I was able to deliver the project last year and reach that many women and children in order to be successful. I hope to be applying for this year. No, I will be applying this year again,
because the women really enjoyed it. They've been asking, the sessions still continue, but making, having more sessions and also allowing it for the sessions to be free for the people to come along, that's when a lot of the women were able to come and really see the benefits. The support from Consumer, people from Manor Park, and also I was fortunate to have Yvonne Murray as my working group member, sorry. He was absolutely fantastic. I can't praise her enough. She helped in many situations and came and joined the classes as well. So yeah, if anyone wants to apply, and you have a project idea, share it with others, see what they think. It's not all what goes into my head, that people can give you some ideas of how you can shape the project, and then hopefully you are successful. And then if you are, you will definitely have the help throughout the whole year and beyond, with either the working group member and also the people at Manor Park. I personally had consumer helping me, and yeah, it was a very good experience that I will be doing again, and hopefully again I will be successful. So yeah, that was my journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you very much. I did get told that I've got to keep the mic near my mouth. Thanks, Sam. Is there anyone online as well? Any working group member? Nobody? So this is our NUM's priorities, and the new strategy from 2022 to 26 is to build a fairer NUM. So this strategy summarizes a document called the Corporate Plan, and it has 8 priorities that the council will focus on. For our people-powered places, we're going to focus on 6 of these priorities, which are all here, which is one is health and well-being, inclusive economy, environment, public spaces, community safety, youth empowerment, and community development and participation. So since June, 3rd of June to 22nd of June, it's been great that we've had 324 residents been out to vote, our neighbours that have been choosing priorities online on the new co-create website, and also coming into person in Manor Park Library. I was just going to say East Ham, Manor Park Library, and Jack Conwell Community Centre. So today, you'll have a chance to discuss these priorities with your neighbours. So we've got facilitators on the table who'll discuss these priorities. And it's an opportunity for the people who didn't get a chance to vote, is to vote today before we unveil what is our 3 priorities for Manor Park. So we've got facilitators. Put your hands up, facilitators. So they'll take you through what you need to do. So what I would like you to do on table is to discuss, each table have your top 3 priorities. Have a discussion, which from the 6, which top 3 would you like for Manor Park? We'll then come back to the tables, and also in that time, if people have not done any voting, they are able to do that. There is a QR code on your table. Just go through the on your phone, and I'll take you straight to the voting side on it, not this one. Our facilitators will explain a bit more in detail. Okay. Hi, Anna.
Hi.
Did not see you. So it'd be good to hear what kind of discussions you had online.
Hold on. I'm going to close the vote. Are we all ready to close?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Great. Well, I have Tom here, who is new to Manor Park, and I have Yana, who knows PPP pretty well. So we were just discussing the different priorities. we could pretty much cover them all. Inclusive economy came up a lot in our conversation, the importance of supporting local businesses, supporting the high streets, supporting people into work. We also spoke about health and well-being, the importance of environment and public spaces, particularly around litter and pollution, and community development and participation, and youth empowerment. So that all of them, basically, we thought they were all important.
Brilliant. Thank you
I
very
mean,
much,
more
Anna.
diplomatic. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you very much. Excellent. I'll just go to some tables. Frederick, do you want to, I don't know what top three that you had.
Yes, so we had very passionate discussion here, and the first to speak is going to be Tafazul, and you're going to tell us what you picked.
Hi, my name is Tafazul. I picked inclusive economy because everything nowadays is going up. Taxes are going up, inflation is going up, house prices are going up, but then the amount of people make is decreasing. So we need to find something that works for everyone, where the prices are still low and people still keep most of their money for their own personal projects, their own personal opinions, the things they want to do with them and their own families. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Imtiaz, yes, go ahead. Okay. No, so Imtiaz picked up health and well-being, and of course, as well, youth empowerment. And he was talking a lot about mental well-being and exercising. He's got a project he's got in mind, and he would like to move it forward. So we wish him well. But yeah, very passionate.
Thank you, table one. Lisa.
Thank you, Zakir. I think our table discussion was similar to what Anna had online. There wasn't a clear winner. I think youth is always very popular, and health and well-being was definitely a front runner. However, we've got a couple of project leads, so I'm hoping we're going to have more to talk about a bit later when we've got the project ideas. So thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Aminata, are you saying it or you got a volunteer? Everyone shy? I'll give it to Aminata. Oh.
So we chosen community development and participant, and that's bring together and address to share the concerns, and also it's improve their quality of life and build a good relationship with their neighborhood as well.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, in our table, I think health and well-being, and also environment, public spaces, particularly the issue of fly tipping, was very much two key priorities. In terms of the third priority, we're split across the 4 other areas. However, community safety kind of won the day with that final kind of priority.
Mary's table. You got volunteers?
Our young people are going to announce the priorities, and then I will explain the reason why, because they're a bit shy. So do you want to announce the first one?
Youth empowerment.
So the reason why this table feel very passionate about youth empowerment is because not only do young people need to have activities to be positively engaged in the area, this funding gives opportunity for a variety of activities for youth people to be engaged into, and then offer workshops also to educate them on things that matter to them. So the second one was health and well-being. Similar reasons to everybody else in the room. It offers a variation of projects that could be applied for, offered, and it could help people's health and well-being. And the third one was community development and participation, because it offers to increase community engagement, inclusivity, and it gives a real opportunity for everybody to be included and be as one rather than being separated as a community.
Thank you, Mary. Hajira.
We have Jennifer. My name is Jennifer Lecho. This group, we were mixed. We had quite an, we were kind of struggling with community safety vis-a-vis health and well-being. But we thought health and well-being affects everybody, and so we needed to actually prioritize it. And there are quite a number of people with health issues that are not being attended to, and almost everybody experiences the problem of ringing the surgery and you don't get any appointments. But then your sickness is not going to go. Your medicine will not be provided in time when you need it. You will be struggling with the appointments, making them and making yourself clear. So we think an input for health and well-being needs to be prioritized as a very important thing for everybody in the community. We also thought youth and empowerment is quite crucial because we have quite a number of young people. When I moved in this area, which is about 40 years ago, the people who are there now are old like me. But we may come across as we're able, however, there's so many things that other people are experiencing and are not able to express themselves because they're older and because they will not be listened to, and also because they'll be put aside. So we feel people need to be given the chance. But the youth are so marginalized, and everybody, when you think that we have a group of 40-year-olds who have not been listened to and require input and require activities that will engage them, that is so crucial, because if we don't prioritize it, we'll have people who are unemployed, people who don't have any morals, people who are having difficulty with their relatives or parents and not being able to express themselves. But if they're combined in a group, there's an opportunity to actually express themselves and also be given an input in terms of being empowered on what is right and what is wrong. We're not saying they don't know. However, if people are not listened to, they're not given choices, it will not be possible for them to make their minds up in a productive way. Then this group, we also had community development and participation. Now, I don't know the range of ages that are in this room in this particular time. If we don't get an opportunity to actually express ourselves, and yet we are part of the community, how do we then influence what happens in the community? We have a vested interest to actually be able to promote every single person rather than one group. We need to be able to make the choice and the right one and represent everybody as required. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jyoti, you got a volunteer? They volunteered you? Oh.
Hi, thank you. So ours are health and well-being, environment and public spaces, and community safety. Now, how those link is if you look after your public spaces and create beautiful, we've got a representative here who's created a community garden just here and teaching how people grow food, bringing the community together. That brings the community together, and those informal connections happen with each other. People start looking after their environment a bit better. That helps with well-being, and of course, with well-being, your health, physical health, gardening is a very good, low impact, but very impactful exercise. And then it adds to community safety because things like fly tipping, as an example we've had here, so reduces fly tipping because all of a sudden people care about the environment they're in. If people are dropping stuff in the environment, they'll say, look, come on, pick it up, please. Let's keep this area clean. So they're more proud and invested in the area. And you're teaching people how to grow food, which is really, really good, and bring the community together. We had an example of tomatoes. If you grew a load of tomatoes, someone might make a salsa, someone might make a curry out of it, and then you can bring it together. So it's that community that brings it together. But I must add, a a story on this table. I'm going to embarrass three individuals on this table. So this event has brought together a former teacher at Little Ilford School and two former pupils who thought they recognised him but didn't, and now he taught maths and physics at Little Ilford School, and both of them were like, we thought we recognised you. So I believe he's going to give a maths test later to these two to see what they've done.
Excellent. Brilliant stuff.
They recognize me.
Were they good students? Could you remember? Oh, was he a good teacher? Yeah? Okay, okay. Brilliant, brilliant. This table?
Hello. So this table shows environment and public spaces. So looking at things like CCTV, refuse collection, emptying bins on weekends. Also parking charges, so extending free parking near commercial shops. The next one was community development and participation. So to do with culture and development, promoting cultural events, music and dance activities, and raising awareness of the events publicised. So they requested a bit more notice for when events were planned, because sometimes there's events and people just don't know far enough in advance. And the last one was community safety. So again, it was to do with the CCTV to prevent antisocial behaviour and street drinking. So yeah, there was a lot of focus on CCTV on this table as a really important priority.
Thank you very much. A lot of themes come out, and old tables, I could say that they're all kind of agreeing around the health and well-being, really important to people, community safety, young youth empowerment as well. Natasha, your great table.
On our table, we went for inclusive economy, health and well-being, and community safety. We felt that it was really important to have community safety, and even though we've chosen these three, they actually interlink with the other places, with other things that are meant to be on the plate. For example, inclusive economy. One of the ideas that we spoke about was the example of, community wardrobe. That was one of the ideas that we spoke about and how it was really good. But we also spoke about having education, financial education for people to be able to understand how to deal with their finances. And that would also be able to enable them to also sow into the community as well. But having those types of incentive would also create a path for youth empowerment. Just because if you start educating from such a young age, you then empower the youth, and it covers that area. We talked about well-being, loneliness in UM, isolation and mental health. We felt that those key areas are quite important for us as a community to kind of build upon as well. And then community safety. UM has a high rate of crime at the moment, and it's the third within the country. And second highest in terms of crimes against people. So we also felt that community safety is really important for everyone in UM, to be able to walk around freely, to be able to feel safe, and to be able to know that when you send your children to school as well, they're going to be safe. So we felt that those are the three things that were very much important for us.
Thank you very much. Barbara, Asif, I don't know who wants to go.
Okay. On our table, good evening, everyone. On our table, the top priority was health and well-being, environment and public spaces, and community safety. Okay, health and well-being, they've all discussed. This was very important to everyone because it helped people to get people out of having the activities and also get people out of isolation, because sometimes they just sit at home. So having the activity in the community center, in the library is very important. Environment and public spaces, we were talking to one of the gentlemen about the damages that has been done to the roads, and then you have a lot of elderly people having difficulty walking on the road with everything that's going on, and how they are changing the road to one lane, which make things a lot difficult. Community safety with all the drugs and the crime that's going on in and around Newham, Manor Park is really bad at times. So they were all discussing what can be done. All right, thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Each table provided really good insight into what they feel and what they would like to have their priorities for our area. Voting has been closed and the votes have been done, Sam? Yep. Yes? So let's have a countdown and we will find out what three, not just you guys, but people from 2023, from 3rd of June into 22nd of June, that when people made the paper votes and online, what our three priorities are. So, countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Whoa! Wow, okay. Everyone seen that? Can I read it out? Okay. First, that came up, health and well-being, with 274. Second, community safety, 265. And third, youth empowerment. So these are Manor Park's priorities for the people-powered places. Have a look, take a picture, and let's give ourselves a little clap. This is what we've been working with. These are the projects that will come out for our area. And I think this kind of feedback from our tables is what came out. And as you can see, health and well-being came out in every table we spoke about, but it was important for people who made their paper votes and then their own votes online as well. So, excellent, brilliant. Everyone happy? Okay, right. Put it back, just leave it for a bit. Just want to have 2 minutes as well. Something I forgot to start at the start. We love a little quiz, and I totally forgot at the start of it. So I'm going to get 3 questions. Just want to help people online as well. So I'll ask you something about last cycle, something about Manor Park, and something around our schools. So first hand up, even online as well. Anna, just shout, whoever puts their hand up online that you see. How many schools are there in Manor Park? So Manor Park is 3 wards. Manor Park, Plasher, and Little Ilford. How many schools are there in our neighbourhood? I've got one hand here. You said there's 2 schools. Okay. 2025? 7. Anything online?
15.
Last table.
20.
20. So think of not just secondary schools, think of our primary schools in our area. Come on, young people, you should know. What about the teacher? Hello? How many schools in Manor Park? I can see everyone's going on Google, innit, eh? Anna? 11. There you go. Come out here. Huh? Come up front and get your present. There we go. How did you get your answer? And you knew it. You've been counting, yeah? I believe that. There you go, mate. Thank you. Give him a round of applause. Okay. All right. So we have our old library, old Manor Park Library on Rabbits Road. You know the building on Romford Road? Yeah, you see on Rabbits Road, Romford Road? All right, someone could tell me when that building was open as a library. What year? I'm not looking at you, Keith, and no, I'm not looking at you guys. Someone said 1901. Any other guesses? 1974. 1904, okay. 1964. 80, 87. Anyone online?
Can you repeat the question, please?
The old Manor Park Library on Romford Road, next to Rabbits Road. What year did that building open as a library?
I've got
So we
1983
got
in the chat.
1983. 1983. Okay, wrong answer.
1945.
1905. That's the right question. Answer. That's right. That you've got to come out here. 1905. It was actually built in 1904 and opened as a library in 1905. There we go. You can see he loves history, and I bet he's a real good history student in school as well. Last question. So when you were registering coming into the building, you seen a little poster just on the table. I don't know if anyone took any notice of it. We were showing off our achievements for our cycle from 2023 to 25, and he had some numbers on there. How many projects in the last people-powered places projects that got voted in? Put your hand up first. Put your hand up and then say your answer. Last cycle, so I repeat the question. Last cycle in the people-powered places program, how many projects got voted in? Right, who said 12? Stand up. That was correct. 12 projects got voted in. There were 60 applications and 12 projects got voted in. Well done. Let's just a little fun. We love to have a little fun. Happy birthday and well done. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's move on to our next bit. Was that fun? Do you want more of these? Do we bring vegetables and fruit next time instead of those type of... Okay, so now back into your groups, your facilitators. So we know our top three priorities. We would like to have a discussion by each table to kind of look at one or two ideas that you could deep dive and think of, share your project idea. So you don't have to have a project idea as part of the conversation, but as a group, decide which 2 or 3 ideas to focus on. So you might have 2, maybe go with 2 that you could really focus on. You've got facilitators, you've got some experts to kind of provide you guidance and a bit of kind of feedback to develop your ideas. There is some prompts here, so have a think of what priorities you're kind of addressing. Is there a need for it in the community? Or is this something that's been done before, or is it totally new? And will the funding develop it? Will it fund it? Will it kind of sustain it? And can it be delivered in a year? So your facilitators will go through it, have a real good deep dive, and then we'll come back to the table and listen to your ideas for Manor Park. Thank you very much. Get some ideas that you can share with the rest of the group and go with that. So I'm going to start at the back first and make my way down. Oh, sorry, Sam, should I go first? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to go to the tables. Mary. Mary, you got a volunteer to talk about one or two ideas.
Good afternoon. My name is Anas and I'm from London Absa Youth Projects. So our initial idea is to refurbish football cages in Manor Park, such as the Snow Hill Estate cage. This this is very important as there's lots of young children such as myself and my team which go here, and this cage has been in terrible, terrible condition throughout the last 10 years. From personal experiences, I can say this, as when I go to play there, there's lots of causes of risks of injuries and there's lots of damages to the cage. With the funding available, this is very achievable for the future generations and the kids growing up in Manor Park. This could be achieved throughout the next few years with the proper funding. Newham has the second youngest age profile of any borough in London. So this is very important as young children need somewhere to go and need somewhere to be at. This could be achieved throughout the next few years. If possible, it could be under a year. Look, there's lots of locations this could be done at, but the main one would be the Snow Hill Estate cage in Manor Park. From my personal experiences, I can say there's lots of young kids. The kids always full. There's always fun. There's always kids having fun there. And if we could get the funding for this, it would be really great. There's lots of children there, and we could really improve for them. This would be very good, as we will get lots of children off the streets. We also need the funding, as there's always lots of drunk people, lots of like other people that always disturb it, such as when kids are playing, they may come in and start claiming it. But with the proper funding, we can have the locks and we can have lots of other ways to keep it safe for children, as this is a very big part of youth empowerment. Another tip is we can make a cover over it, which could make kids come whenever when it's raining, snowing, at any weather conditions. They can come at any time and have fun at the cage. We can make it into an astro and we can get better goals and we can improve your lots. This would be very good for the kids at Manor Park and the younger generation, and many years to come. After this is achieved, we will have an astro and a place where all communities can gather and enjoy the beautiful game of football, improving our younger generation's infrastructure and quality of life, making Niam a greater place, as well as improving this program of youth empowerment. This would give the opportunity for children to be happy and healthy, to reach their potential, and give children the opportunity for physical activities and improve their physical health. As well as the football side, we can also have another side where there will be workshops and community talks where children will learn lots of life skills, such as where we can get experts to help them in teamwork and maybe even receive qualifications. This would be very good for the community and the younger generation, as it can get lots of children away from bad and just roaming the streets. It can give them a safe place and a place where they can go have fun, be happy, and enjoy their time. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. That was a very in-depth into getting a space, use it again for young people, and kind of you really went into the whole themes and how that kind of links in. So well done for that. Thank you very much. At Julia's table. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Shaista and I've been living in this area for past 29 years.
We started doing interfaith tea and talk for the community. Sorry.
It's actually progressing well. Sorry, it's actually progressing well, and the sessions are held every Wednesday in the evening from 4 up to 6 o'clock, and it allows or enables people who are elderly to actually come and be able to talk about any issues that they want, but also equally, it allows them to be able to mix and socialize. And Shazia does most of the eats and snacks, and would like some more input in terms of the finance for it. But some of the ideas that are being suggested is maybe a quarterly visit of interest for different people who can join in, and those different people could be a range of ages. But the idea is for people to be able to move from isolation, but be able to mix with others in an interesting place, but funded. And we hope that this may be able to be realized in future.
Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm a bit nervous. Sorry, I would like to say we also did 2 sessions of counseling. So we invited the lady who does counseling, and ladies benefited quite well. And also we been requested by the community members that if we can provide trip to the seaside or somewhere where they can go, because there are some family, they cannot afford the holidays, they cannot travel far. So I think it will be good opportunity for them to go somewhere and enjoy, and it will be good for their well-being as well. And we are also thinking we're doing this group for ladies only. So we've been getting requests from the men as well, because usually if, for example, if there are men, usually they don't share problem. If someone is, have any kind of depression, by getting together, they can discuss any problem, and it will be, I think, beneficial for the men as well. So we would like to request if you can get some help, please.
Thank you very much. The George's table. You've got a volunteer. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So our project idea is based on health and well-being. Is we give a name called Leo for Vitality. So there'll be different activities for different ages, different races, different groups. And they'll come to like a community gardening. So they'll come to the garden, and they'll build confidence, and they'll connect with other people. Also, there'll be an option for volunteering. People can come and volunteer, and people can plant, and there'll be like a cookery session and how to there were some cookery sessions and stuff. There'll be lots of activities, especially for the youth, so they can come after school, or when they have time, they can come and learn about how to do gardening, how to yeah. And also, it'd be very important for the elderly generation. They can come and socialize with their age group, and it'd be good for their mental health and well-being.
Okay, to add something to him, the teamwork is another important one here, because when you are doing the gardening, everyone is going to do something, and there is the students of the youngsters, they know how to grow the plants and everything. It will help them to do their biology paper, where's the leaves, where's the stems and everything. And yeah, and socializing, that's another one, because when the people come in, they talk about, and they okay, different country, they have the different types of foods. When they come in, okay, they know, okay, which country, which fruit is come from which country.
Our group started off with a real big aspiration of coming up with one good idea for each of the three main priority areas, but we got as far as two. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad. The first one was health and well-being, and we thought it would be great if there was some health champions who could go to where people are. The discussion was around having to perhaps go to a centre like this to have a yoga club or some fitness, and we thought, some people live the other side of the borough, and it's a bit of a trek for them. So we thought, how about having people who go into places like schools, community centres to deliver some of the sessions? So that was our health and well-being. And then on the community safety, had a long discussion on this, a bit of trouble because a lot of the ideas were around long-term solutions. But one thing we did come up with was potentially having community safety groups who could be the intelligence of where the issues are and what the problems are, and let people know, maybe by WhatsApp groups or some other means, something like that. So that was us, thanks.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, guys. Everyone's looking at each other here. Who's gonna go for it?
Hi, my name is Millie, and in our table we picked community safety, and we discussed and that we needed more CCTVs on the street lighting, tackle antisocial behavior, and for the community safety, and one more community awareness, community neighborhood watch, and also more lights on the street, and also trimming the trees, because that actually affect the lights in the night. And social behavior would include that, if we give if you give the facilities to youth to come, give activities or give engagement in the community for them, so that will help them to tackle that, and more police on the street as well.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. So we went with health and well-being. The group wanted to expand and improve the funding for Little Ilford Community Garden, raising awareness and having more publicity, and encouraging community participation. And there's also a suggestion to get the youth involved in that.
Thank you. Please, Natasha.
I run a community project called Unfiltered Hair, and we thought to go for something, and it's all about health and well-being. But this is health and well-being, and it's specifically, although it could widen onto the other communities as well, for widowed women, the ones that don't have the voice and the ones that aren't seen. So this would be a project that gets these women that have gone through the transition of loss to come in, receiving therapy. Apart from just therapy, we would also be able to use different areas in Manor Park area, not just restricting it to one area. But also with that, we would also use this chance to use the experts around Manor Park as well. So it's more of a community and everyone having their hands in. We provide a space for women that are going through a loss. So it could be to deal with mental health issues. It could deal with loneliness, isolation. Those are the things that we really want to focus on. And also, I believe that when it comes to relationship and when it comes to your mental health, if you are able to be okay, if you're able to voice yourself in the situation you're dealing with out there, and you get the right support, it helps the momentum of everyone else around you. So we are basically just focusing on the well-being and mental health, which will then impact family as well. So it doesn't just restrict it to them, but it also welcomes everything around them into stability.
Brilliant idea. Lisa's table.
So I was really lucky actually because I had 4 project leads and lots of project ideas, but Jazz's is just evolving in front of our very eyes. So she's going to give us a little snapshot.
Hi, good evening. My name is Jasvinder. I'm not a Newham resident, but I have gone to school in Newham, had my children in Newham, everything's happened in Newham Borough. Right, my project is for health and well-being. It's called Flowing Wellness. It's emphasising the fluidity of both art and well-being. It's a technique. It's art calligraphy that carries a positive field. It transforms lives, your mental, your anxiety. It empowers you. It gives you really good awareness of yourself. It's very simple, easy. We don't need to do any. It's qigong as well. So I'm a Tai Chi qigong teacher, practitioner also. But these techniques that I've studied over a couple of decades, it's to empower people. You're going to receive these tools and it will transform your lives in your health, relationship, your finances, in every aspect of your life.
Thank you very much. Got Barbara's table? No projects. They talk about biscuits here? Okay, that's fine. I've just Frederick Fair? One's running already, Frederick.
So we managed to cover the 3 priorities with 2 projects, and I'm going to give Tafazul the first project. It's about football.
Hi, my name is Tafadhul. Today I'm going to talk about how football links back to youth empowerment, health and well-being, and community safety. So as of right now, we do football every single week at the park, and we have our own equipment, which 15 to 40 people every single week we attend regularly. So we would like to raise awareness to younger people that playing sports is much better than just endlessly roaming around the streets. You rather build a brotherhood and unity within a football match than just roam around the streets, go suddenly get involved into crime without even realizing. So as of right now, we play at the park. We play at the park, and sometimes the weather is not really up to our standards. It could be raining. It could show the weather could show it's sunny. It's a good day. We have destruction going on, and yeah, everywhere you see there's something that you haven't planned that has come into. So we're trying to raise funds. So right now everything goes through our pocket, but we'd love to have maybe a school we could hire on the weekends, or maybe a football pitch we could hire. This provides a safe alternative than just going to the park where any random man or random woman can come in and disturb you. We also make sure that everyone's well fed, everyone comes in, has a good time, and making sure if anyone gets injured, we have a trained professional being called to come and heal them. Thank you.
Thank you. And now Faham.
Hi, my name is Fahan, and we are doing for youth and empowerment. This is a youth martial arts designed for self-defense. Currently, 15 to 16 people attend this in the park, at Royal Park, 2 sessions a week, 1 hour. And because this can't always carry on, like such as winter times, so we need a sort of a whole hire equipment such as mats, boxing gloves, pads, which is why we're looking for the funding. And if the funding is achievable, this is more than likely to be done before a year. We are going to do our best to reach out to people to build connection for advertising. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anna.
Hello. I've been
Hiya.
very busy getting your priorities on New and Co-Create before it changes tomorrow.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I know Yana has got a project idea she would like to share.
Hi, everyone. My name's Yana and I'm a yoga therapist, and I would love to put forward the idea of offering chair yoga classes and sessions for older adults in the community, although it's open to all ages, but specialists in health conditions and movement disorders, and getting older adults who don't normally access movement to come and move their bodies all seated from a chair. So it's really accessible. It's accessible for people who use mobility aids, who don't normally get out and about. It gives them an opportunity to mobilize their bodies, support their posture, support their functional movement, and also have some time for relaxation practices to support their health conditions, which is so important in a stressful life, and really get out and meet others as well. So to be with others, to if that might be combating loneliness, and create a sense of community and well-being through movement.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you. Really great ideas. And like I say, it is at the start of this journey. If you get back to the slides, Sam. So if we look at, we've got very short time, and Sam's pulled me off as well, that we're running behind. Blame him. So these are our next steps. So the application will open by tonight, or by tomorrow morning, Friday, 18th of July, and it closes on Sunday, the 14th of September. So you've got over good time to put in an idea, have a think of your idea, come and speak to possible specialists, come and meet with ourselves as well. So you've got enough time to put the right bid in. We'll be accepting applications via film, video, audio, or Word documents. And we'll be running online support clinics from July. So we'll also be providing, as a Manor Park Community Neighbourhood team, we will provide personalised support to anyone who requires it as well. So why should you apply for the funding? You know, it's to access seed funding, it's to gain community buy-in, develop your knowledge and skill, and grow your network at the same time. So these are the online support clinics that the participatory team will be holding, and these are next week. You can take a picture of these. They're all online, so you could, you know, join at home or in the offices or wherever you are. It is in the evening, and they've split it up into the three categories of voluntary community faith sector-led project ideas. If you're a resident and you've got an idea, you know, come and join us for that. Or if you're, got a youth-led project as well on Wednesday the 30th. For ourselves, for Manor Park, so we'll be providing support from next week. On Tuesdays, you could come to Manor Park Libraries from 2 till 4, and on Thursdays here at Jack Conway Community Centre from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Now, if you're not able to come at that time, you could always drop myself or Kalsuma an email, and we could kind of put a time in on our teams, or put a time when it's suitable for you. We'll also do online sessions on every Wednesdays from 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. So this will start from 22nd of July till 11th of September, just to give you advice, guidance on your application and support with that. So as ever, we want to try and make our events like these better and improve on how we could do that. So we want to get your feedback for that. On the tables, there is a QR code. Please go on to that and give your feedback, or you could scan the QR code here as well. So I know it's been a long day. You've heard my voice, but I think it's been a pleasure seeing so many people, number one, and a massive thanks to our boys and the ladies here giving up their time, but most of all for the facilitators, our working group members who've supported us to facilitate the tables, and the staff who've come out today. Again, this is the start of the journey. It's not, what you discuss. It's just a little touch on what you can kind of do. You've got a massive open window from the application opening tomorrow till September to put an idea in. This is where, and what we would like as working group members to kind of promote this into our community, and we want to try and get as many applications in. We were one of the highest number of applications we had in the last cycle at 60 application ideas that came through. So we want to beat that. We want to try and get out to as many groups that we may not know about. There might be projects out there that we want to link up with a bit more. Let's go. Let's try and get this done. Let's get the party going with this. Like I say, it's the first event today. Anyone got an idea, they want to talk to us, please come and meet myself or Kulsuma. Thanks to our friends online. I think we should all wave at them. They might have thought we forgot them. We haven't forgot them. Anna, thank you very much. I can see Carly, thank you. And everyone online. So thank you very much. I know it's 8 o'clock and everyone's dying to go home because Emmerdale's on or Coronation Street on. But thank you very much and thanks for joining us. Thank you very much.